Okay, now that we have this saved, we're going to start drawing our flange. I want to make sure our flange is oriented in the center of our drawing. To do that, we're going to come up here and we're going to go to the new layers that we made, and we're going to go to our center layer. And we're going to click on, and we're going to get our line first, I guess. Before you draw a line, you got to click on it. So we're going to click on our line and go from our arrow. I missed the arrow a little bit, so we're going to go to our arrow. We're just going to go straight across till we intersect with the other side over here. And that's going to be the center of our drawing. We're going to do another center line, and we're going to come off the middle of our drawing and go up. And I don't care, we're going to go up all the way to the top of that. So that is going to be the center of our drawing. Now we want to go back to our object here. We're going to go switch back and forth between layers quite a bit. We're going to go to our object and we're going to create a circle. The first circle we're going to make is going to go from our center point, and it's just going to be at 50 millimeters. So now we have a 50 millimeter circle here, and this is going to be our flange. Now we're going to go back again to our center lines because we're going to make the center of our interior circles on our flange. So we're going to draw another circle. This circle is going to go from the center of this, but this circle is only going to be 36. So this will be the radius of where we put our other circles on our line, or other holes actually. This will be holes in our flange. So we got a round flange here. We're going to put some holes in that flange at certain angles from our center line. So now we're going to draw a line on an angle. So we're going to click our line again, and we're going to come down to the center point. And then you notice as it goes out, the number in the blue that is changing, that is the length. And you notice the other box has an angle in it. Well, if we hit the tab button, then we can type into the degrees of that. So we want to start out with 60 degrees. We'll just type in 60 and hit enter. And that line will be 60 degrees from this point. And that will be where these two lines cross, is where we put our circle for our hole, first hole in our flange. Then we're going to do the same thing with a line, and this line is going to come down, and we want to do that at 60 degrees down as well. So we're going to hit tab so we can type into our angle and just type in 60 and hit enter. It doesn't care, we don't really care how long that line is, as long as it's long enough to intersect with our center line of our flange. And then so we'll have a circle here, and then a circle on our horizontal plane. So now that we have our lines laid out, we can draw our circles. We're going to go back into our object to draw our circles. So just click on a circle. We go to the center point here of our circle, and we're going to go out. So we want a 16-inch or 16 millimeter diameter hole. So this is the radius. So we're just going to type in 8, and it's going to give us a 16 millimeter hole. And we'll do the same thing. Again, we could copy this, or we could just do the same thing down here. Just type 8. And again, 8 is the radius, so that would be a 16 diameter hole. And we'll do the same thing here. This one is only a 10, so we're just going to type in 5 to get our circle there. Now we're going to draw our square hole that is 10 millimeters from our center line. So again, we're going to go back to our center lines. We're going to do a line. We're going to come down here, and this is just going to be 10 millimeters. And we're going to go over a 2.5, which is half of the dimension of our hole. We're going to come down another 10 millimeters. And then we're going to go over, I'm going to go all the way over here just to get it out of the way. And we're going to go over 5. So this is going to be where our hole is. These are center lines, so that's not what we're going to use to do this. So we're going to go back into our object layer. And now this time we're just going to do a square. which is really easy. We're going to go from this endpoint to that endpoint, and there will be our square for our hole. So this is how we're going to draw our flange. It's real simple. Okay, once we have all of our holes laid out, I want to add some dimensions. So we're going to go to our dimension layer here, and I want to start with the diameter of these holes. So we're going to come up here and we're going to select diameter, which has already been selected. But if you hit this line, we can see where to get to the diameter. And we just click on the circle and it will put the diameter in for us. We can drag it out to where we want it. You have to click it again to do the radius of this other circle. And we will put that out somewhere. And then for our final circle, we will click this out and drag it out there as well. Now I would like to get the angle of these lines. So to do an angular dimension, you just click on the angular one. It kind of tells you how to do it. So you got 1, 2, and 3. So it's just 1, 2, and 3. And 3 lets you put it where you want it. So we're going to put it 3. That's not where we wanted to put it. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do 1, 2, and I don't know why it went over there. So that's 3. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. Only this time we're going to go this way. 1, 2, and 3. And that will be our 60 degrees from this line. So if we go 60 degrees here, that means that is 30, because this is 90. So 30 and 60 is 90. And that will line up our lines there in the correct way. Now we want to go back just to our linear dimension now. We're going to go from our center line to our line here, and that will be 10. And then we'll do another linear dimension from the same line and then to there, and we're going to bring it out to where it's the same dimension out. We're going to actually bring it a little more so you can read it a little better. And then one more dimension line from here to there, and we're going to bring that out to there so we can see that as well. I guess I lied to you. We do need one more diameter. We need a diameter of the big circle here. We'll bring it out somewhere there. And then the diameter of the little circle here, we will bring that out as well. You notice where the arrows go so it knows where you're pointing it to. So that's how we're going to draw a flange. Again, I want you to fill out the title box. Use your text layer to fill this out. But the title would be flange. And then save this just as a drawing file and submit it into Blackboard.